It's dinner tonight in the Quarantine Shop kitchen. Tonight we have Chef Eric Lenny.
I'm one of the best chefs in this household. I might not always be the fastest. My style's not usually very improvisational, but I think I bring a lot of heart and I bring a lot of not bold flavors, but I bring them. I've been cooking in this kitchen for over a decade. I've got what it takes to be the Quarantine Shop champion.
Okay, Chef, so before you is a basket of mystery ingredients. There are 4 mystery ingredients, and you must use each of them in your dish or you will be chopped. Your dishes will be graded on creativity, taste, and presentation. Let's get started. Chefs, please open your basket. You must create an entree using organic blood orange Italian soda,
I have no thoughts on that.
jicama,
I feel like I've heard of a jicama before. I don't know what it is or how to use it or what it might taste like. It feels like a very large potato.
scallops, and dry-aged New York strip steak.
I was unhappy to get the steaks, mostly because, well, these are going to be wasted.
Chef, you have 30 minutes, and your time starts now.
So when I see the steaks, I know I'm going to have to get the stainless steel pan up hot so I can sear it. When I see the scallops, I know I'm going to need to get a pan, get a good sear on the bottoms of those. I don't need to do very much with them. When I see the orange soda, I know I have to make some sort of glaze or sauce. But with the jicama throws everything off. If the jicama is like a potato and I've got steak, then I know I want to do some sort of crispy roasted potato, like a crispy roasted fries with the jicama. But a crispy oven fries take 45 minutes. But I'll have about 20 minutes to cook it, 15 if I actually want to put it on the plate. So I know I have to slice them thin, but that becomes oven chips. I knew what options I had there. They were adjacent to things that made sense, but I knew that they were going to come together in a way that was nonsense.
Chef Lenny has really been blessed with great ingredients. I mean, dry-aged New York strip steak. Looks like the chef is seasoning the steak with salt and pepper. Looks like the chef realized that he used regular salt instead of kosher salt to season the steak. So the steak and scallops are crazy beautiful ingredients. I mean, the steak is dry-aged for a long time per the butcher that I bought it from. And it's supposed to be really delicious. But the jicama, I feel like the jicama and the blood orange Italian soda are it's gonna be the real challenge of this round. Chef Eric got the vegetable peeler.
I was trying to peel that jicama, but I thought it might feel like a potato, but those blades were not getting through it. So I knew I had to stop and chop it off myself.
I wonder what he's gonna do with the jicama and the blood orange soda. Chef, what do you plan to do with the jicama?
No, there's no plan at the moment. My idea is a plan of this. There's ideas of plans. I have the steak. I want to keep it a whole steak. I have the scallops. I want to keep the scallops with it. I obviously have to do a surf and turf. Oh! That blood orange soda, disgusting.
Yeah.
The disgusting orange soda has to become a pan sauce of some type, which I'm going to have to take all the sweetness out of.
I don't like that. That's very sweet.
That blood orange soda is a sweet carbonated drink that tastes like blood orange juice. It is so delicious, but how will it actually pair in a dinner entree? It looks like Chef Eric is thinly slicing the jicama.
Oven jicama chips do not go with the steak and scallops.
Chef, 6 minutes down, you got 24 minutes to go.
It's about this time that I also start to realize the second issue with this is that I'm planning to finish the steak in the pan, in the oven, on low heat, but at the same time, a super high heat in the oven to finish the potatoes.
Oh, it looks like he's marinating the jicama with some olive oil and cayenne pepper.
Thought that was paprika.
He's adding garlic. I've been told that jicama has a very mild flavor. It's kind of starchy, but not as starchy as a potato. Will Chef Eric have enough time to cook it?
Yeah.
We shall see. And jicama has gone into the oven. 20 minutes left and Chef Eric has still not touched the scallops. They're just sitting here on the table. Chef Eric, how does it feel to be peeling garlic?
That and garlic chose to be on the floor, so I let it be on the floor.
Ooh, he is running out into the rain. What is he getting out there?
I knew the steak needed a little bit of herbaceousness in it. The Chop Pantry had parsley and cilantro, but that wasn't gonna cut it. But I knew we had a fresh supply of thyme just outside in the pouring rain, so I dash off to go get it.
Oh my goodness, he just got some, what is that time? Rosemary. He went out to get rosemary.
I'm just basting the steak slightly in a bit of brown butter, thyme, and some crushed garlic.
It's very important that he doesn't overcook those steaks, because if you overcook this beautiful piece of meat, then it just becomes tough and inedible.
This would be about the time that I would throw them into the oven, which is, again, still occupied, and they are not done.
The blood orange soda can be cloyingly sweet if you don't cook it out enough. So we'll see what Chef Eric does with that.
It's in it right now, Chef.
Looks like Chef Eric has grabbed an onion. I think Chef Eric is gonna make a pan sauce with onions, orange soda into the pan sauce to deglaze the pan, and some red wine, and more of that orange soda.
I've made a few pan sauces in my time. Not a lot, but I'm realizing in this moment that I don't know how to do it off the top of my head. How it all comes together, I have no idea.
I really hope Chef Eric knows that that soda is so sweet and white onions are also so sweet. So I hope that pan sauce really has time to reduce, because that red wine can also be so sweet.
Yeah, I get it. It's sweet. My only criteria for a good scallop is a nice hard sear and a little bit of lemon on top.
Chef, you got less than 15 minutes to go. 13 minutes to go, Chef.
I taste my sauce and it's a little terrible. It's extremely sweet and it tastes a lot like raw wine.
Like Chef Eric just tasted his red wine reduction sauce. Did not seem like he liked it. Chefs, you got 12 minutes remaining.
The jicama, which again is preventing me from cooking a decent steak, gotten nice and brown. It's looking pretty good. I flip it over and I'm just hoping to get some nice, crisp, and brown.
Going down to the wire here. We got 11 minutes remaining, Chef. 11 minutes. Oh, looks like the jicama's done. Chef, 10 minutes remaining. Looks like he's straining the red wine sauce.
I didn't have time to cook down the onions, and so they are taking up about 95% of this sauce. So I'm thinking I should strain it out. But when I go to pour, I realize that's only going to leave me with about a tablespoon of actual sauce. I don't have time to reduce down more red wine.
Looks like he's not straining the red wine sauce. Change his mind.
So in the end, I have to use it as sort of a thick relish on top.
Chef, you have 8 minutes to go, Chef. Think about plating.
The sauce, it needs a lot of work. It's still very sweet, so I try throwing in some garlic, some salt, some lemon juice.
Checking in on the jicama, opening the oven. 7 minutes, Chef. 7 minutes. Looks like Chef is starting to plate. At this point, I'm really dying to know how that red wine sauce is tasting.
It's come down, it's a little less sweet, but it's still very one note.
Chef Eric seems to have conflicting thoughts every time he tastes it, and he's just tasting it and then adding something else, so it'll be interesting to see.
So I go to throw in a bit of whole grain mustard to try and, I don't know, give it a little bit of depth.
Looks like he was letting the steaks rest, and now he is starting to cut it.
The first steak is at a border between rare and medium rare, which is what I was aiming for. The second steak is just about fresh off the cow. So, I know it's much too rare for our judge, and I know I have to leave it behind, which immediately causes a chain of other problems. So I have to steal half the steak from one plate to move it to the other, but then that leaves a lot of space left on the plate. So I'm gonna have to find something else to fill that area in with.
3 minutes to go, Chef.
Wait, what? 3 minutes?
I know I've almost got it assembled, but 3 minutes is not a lot of time when I still have all of my plating to do. I still have to grab the jicama out of the oven. I still have to find something to do with it. It's really coming down to the wire.
2 minutes. Gotta make sure you get everything on the plate.
And I've taken my jicama chips out of the oven, and they have not crisped the way I wanted them to. In that they have not crisped at all. My original plan to plate it kind of falls apart, and I just have to limply lay them around the plate. And with the gap from the other half of the steak, I want to fill it in with a little bit of something to make it look presentable. I know we've got radicchio in the fridge. I know we've got a bed of spinach. I kind of want to make a base of that, but I turn around and look at the clock, and there's only seconds to spare.
40 seconds, chef, 40 seconds.
I know I'm not going to have time to put this together in a presentable way.
Chef, you're really going down to the wire. 10, 9, 8.
All I have time to do is to drizzle a little bit of fresh lemon juice right over top of the scallops and hit that sauce with it one more time.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
It's not looking at all how I want it to, but I have to hope that the fact that I've got dry aged steak and some scallops is going to carry me through. Time just got away from me. I mean, I don't know what to say. Turned around on the clock and 40 seconds left.
Chef, you were challenged to create an entree using blood orange soda, jicama, scallops, and dry-aged New York steak. Why don't you tell us what you made, Chef Eric?
Chefs, today for you I've made a bit of surf and turf. There is a pan-fried New York steak along with some scallops that are just seared simply and then topped with a bit of lemon juice. And then I've also added an Italian blood orange saucepan. It was a pan sauce on top of the steak along with some jicama fries.
My steak is cooked perfectly.
My plan, if she disagreed, was to say that I like it raw.
The jicama, I love the crunchy texture that it adds. This red wine reduction sauce, way better than I could have expected.
She's mistaken. They were both terrible.
I thought it would be too sweet, but it's actually really good. I can taste the oregano in here, the rosemary in the steak.
She keeps calling it rosemary, and I keep correcting her and telling her it's thyme.
And garlic and all the flavors just mesh really well together. My steak is a little under, more under than I prefer.
She just said it was perfect.
But it's fine, it's not bad. It's still really good. I mean, it's a dry-aged New York strip. The scallops have a funky taste to it, and I'm not sure if it's from just the ingredient alone, but it's a little under-seasoned, and I kind of wish he had salted it before putting it into the pan.
I like them. I thought it was the best thing on the plate.
Maybe with some butter instead of oil or something. The jicama has really good flavor, but it's a little bit too spicy for my comfortable eating liking.
It's probably just because of my culture. I'm used to eating things spicy. This chef has a harder time handling spice than I do.
And a little salty, but otherwise, I think it's pretty good. I think he was able to temper the sweetness of the blood orange, which I really appreciate because that was really worrying.
I think in this round, the judge's biases really helped me a lot.
All in all, everything was delicious. And whose dish is on the chopping block? No one, because it's just us.
To be honest, I'm just glad I didn't have to work with like gummy worms and calf eyeballs or something. From this challenge, I learned, I guess what a jicama is, and to always make mashed potatoes because cheesy garlic mashed potatoes alongside a steak and scallops. Overall, I would say, no matter how this goes, I'm a winner.